Hi, in this video I'm going to show you quickly how you can access the BBC's coronavirus coverage from anywhere in the world. Now, if you're trying to access the BBC from outside the UK, you probably know you can't do it. You could go to the BBC iPlayer, you can get that far, and this is the BBC iPlayer site. You can see it split into two sections. There's the channels here, which are the live TV programs, all of them, which broadcast most of them 24/7. And there's the news channel, and below every program, nearly every program, is archived, so you can watch it for up to 12 months afterwards. News programs are only for a few days. Documentaries tend to be a little bit less sometimes, especially if they're very topical. Okay, but the problem is if you're outside the UK, this will be your experience. So here we're going to the BBC News. We want to catch the latest coronavirus stuff. You can see we can watch live, which will show you exactly what's streaming at this moment to British TV sets. Or we can watch from the start, which goes back to the beginning of the first whatever program's on. However, if you click on the live, or any of it really, you'll get this message if you're based outside the UK. So i.e. if you haven't got a British IP address, you'll get blocked. And it goes the same for anything. I can go to BBC Two. None of it will work because you'll just get this content is not available in your location. The reason is the BBC, like all the other major media broadcasters in the world really, restrict access to the domestic market. So we need to change our IP address, basically, which is actually much easier to do than you'd think. So let me just close this down. And I'll show you how you can do this using something called a VPN. Okay, so here's the VPN I use. It's called NordVPN. If you want to get a discount on it, there's a link in the description below for the video. Okay, so it's basically a way of making encrypted connections all over the world. The primary reason of a VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network, is to encrypt your internet connection. So it can't be intercepted, you can't lose information like emails, passwords, stuff like that. But it also has another very, very useful ability. The idea is you can basically change where you are. So the BBC won't let me access unless I'm in the UK, just like CNN won't let me access their media site if I'm not in America, or M6 Replay won't let me access French TV unless I'm in France. We can get rid of all that for virtually every station in the world. What we need to do when we're getting blocked by something, you just need to click on create basically a VPN connection to that country. Now, using NordVPN, it's quite easy. You can just click on the UK. If you scroll out, you can see it's got servers, hundreds of servers. Each one of these usually represents several hundred servers in different countries across the world. We're looking at the UK, obviously, from the BBC. So we can just click on there. I would suggest, if you're using NordVPN, is to use your own servers. Just search in here for United Kingdom, set up your favorites. The auto-connect sometimes gets a bit swamped, I've found, and the BBC can block access to individual IPs. Don't worry, NordVPN's got hundreds and hundreds, but I find it's better to use a custom one. Just grab a few, try them out, find which way you work, and then add them to your favorites. I think you'll have better success than using the auto-connect. There you can see we've connected to the United Kingdom VPN server. Okay, we've now got a UK IP address as far as the BBC goes. Let me just close this and I'll start Microsoft Edge. I would normally use Chrome, but I've just been into Chrome to demonstrate it, and you usually have to reboot your computer to make 100% sure. Basically, enable the VPN before you go into browser is the easiest way of doing it, or reboot. Let's go to the BBC iPlayer. And here we go. And remember, now the BBC has looked at my IP address and seen it's a UK one. So it'll look exactly the same, but there is a fundamental difference. It's now all enabled for me. So let's go to, we're looking for coronavirus coverage. Let's go to channels and we'll go to the news. Okay. As I say, you can either watch live or watch from start. It's 11 when I'm recording this, so let's go live and we can see the beginning of the 11 o'clock news. And here we go. And here it's doing coronavirus coverage. We can restart the program here. And this is the 11 o'clock news. So you get full coverage there. If I go back, I can look at all the other, see, we can see down here, there's all the news specials, documentaries, panorama. They've got a coronavirus category now. So you can get little vox pops on coronavirus explained in 60 seconds, how to stop touching your face. Everything will appear there. Also, if you go to the top, BBC Parliament has lots of the briefings, all the briefings really, and Prime Minister questions. So if you want to really keep up to date, that's all the live TV. But if you go back, you can see all the archive stuff. You get full access to the BBC basically. So watch whatever you want, whenever you want. You can also go to the ITV Hub and Channel 4, Channel 5. All those will be unlocked as long as you've got a UK IP address. So that's how to watch the BBC coronavirus coverage if you're outside the United Kingdom. I hope you've enjoyed my video, and please everybody stay safe.